Welcome back, you lovely people. Today, we're going to be going over some questions that you guys have asked me over the past couple weeks of me doing this YouTube channel. So let's dive into the first question here, which is, are backup plans smart or are they weak for success? And this is a great question because backup plans seem on the outside as really good protective shields, almost like onions, right? On the first half, you have what you want to do. And then if that fails, you have another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing. But what if your entire plan was what you wanted to do? And the reason I think that this is what people should be doing is because this is exactly what the people who we find successful in our lives do. They don't have a backup plan. They have plans for the future. And don't get me wrong, people fail, people mess up, and that's normal. But what you should do if you fail or you mess up is take a step back and try again. But having a side plan that you can do after you fail is just setting yourself up for failure. What you should be doing is possibly have a plan that you're trying to go towards and then have other things, offshoots that you like to do as well. That way that if you decide that you want to go this way instead of that way, go this way. You have both options available for you, but don't have a backup plan. Setting up realistic goals. This is a great question. This is a great question because I believe in small steps to reach larger goals. A realistic goal is only a mental goal that you find reasonable. I actually talked about creating realistic goals in my first ever YouTube video for this type of series, and I think you guys should really check it out. It's all about creating an action plan. Most successful people create action plans, and so I really highly recommend that you go watch that video. I'll put it right here or right here. I don't know where it is, but I'll put it in the video somewhere, so go check it out. Next question. How do you catch up when fallen behind? That's a great question. How do you catch up when you've fallen behind? Well, this can mean a lot of different things. If we're talking school, I don't believe in people falling behind. I think our educational program right now is incredibly whack. You probably know a lot of people in your life that do not take the traditional route. Maybe you know someone that finished their 4-year degree, but they do nothing with that degree and they do something completely else that they could have done without the degree. Really, what falling behind means is that you think that you're not ahead of the game. If you're curious about how you can catch up in your own mind when you've fallen behind, there's a few tips that I do, and it really helps me, which is giving a day of doing nothing. And maybe you don't have that luxury, right? You have an exam tomorrow, or maybe it's finals week, or maybe you have to work, and I get that. But trying to give yourself a day where you just have peace and tranquility in your life can really rebalance the whole mindset of falling behind and catching up. It's really important that you have the mindset of just motivation and keep moving forward rather than I've not made it to this goal. I've not made it to this goal. I've not made it to this goal. I must be a failure. Last question. Daily routine and weekly planning tips. It's hard to keep a weekly plan. It's really hard to keep a weekly plan. But I would have to say that having a weekly plan is one of the most necessary things that you guys can have. Because when you have a weekly plan, you're not only setting yourself up for success, but you're not allowing yourself to get into the mindset of failure. When you have something to do, when you've scheduled something to do, and maybe you have free time, you'll go do that thing. But you have to keep updating your schedule. For me, I do it weekly. I do it on Sunday. Like a good 2-hour period of my day is just to scheduling because I know I get distracted. I know it takes me 2 hours when it could take me 30 minutes. And that's my own damn fault. But guess what? It's in there. So it's really important that you have it for yourself too. Make sure that you're not falling behind by keeping your schedule up to date, making sure it's there for you whenever you need to go to it, and constantly keep it updated. If your boss comes to you and says, hey, I need this done by Tuesday, don't go, okay, I'll put it in my schedule in a sec. Do it right then. If you have an assignment that you know is due in a week, put it in your calendar. Okay, guys, thank you so much. This was a Q&A with Focus First. I'm your host, Alex. If you are interested in these videos, like and subscribe. I'm hoping to keep the content up for you guys, and I really enjoy your guys' response and your questions like this. Follow my Instagram page, Focus First 1. Pay attention to it. Look for it. These are where I'm gonna be putting all of my questions and questionnaire type things on there, my posts for updated videos, etc. Because I really enjoy your guys' feedback, and I would love to keep up with you guys and help you guys succeed in your own lives. All right, guys, thank you so much, and have a good rest of your days.